Renowned to have the world's best infrastructures, education, and economy. Yes, you may have guessed it right. This is Singapore, and according to a 2013 global report by The Economist, it is ranked the first best country to be born in Asia and the sixth in the entire world. Credit Suisse's Global Wealth Report of 2021 even stated that Singapore's millionaire list would grow a total of 61.9% from 270,000 in 2020 to over 437,000 in 2025. This is even after knowing that there's a global crisis going on around the world, wrecking economies one after the other. But all present and future aside, how did Singapore come to be so rich? Well, it might be because of one man, and this person goes by the name of Lee Kuan Yew. He is renowned for transforming a tiny island nation from a third world to a first. Born on September 16, 1923, to parents who are third-generation Straits Chinese, or commonly known as Perenikans. Growing up, Lee and his family faced several challenges, mainly because of finances, but his parents helped pull through. By 1935, Lee had attended Raffles Institute, known as Singapore's oldest school. At first, he had trouble studying, but eventually he improved his grades and even topped the junior and senior Cambridge examinations. Because of this, he was granted a scholarship to study at Raffles College. But his studies were disrupted because his school was converted into a medical facility due to the coming of World War II. During the war, he had worked as an English editor for the Japanese propaganda department and later did a lot of side jobs and even one time had a business path of producing a stationary gum called Stickfuss. After the war, he went on to the United Kingdom to pursue his educational ambition. There, he showed brightly amongst other students, and at one point gaining the Fitzwilliam Whitlock Prize. By 1950, Lee would head back to Singapore and would head up and encounter the world of law, entering a law firm run by the co-founder of the pro-British and colonial Progressive Party. It is also where Lee had to play a role in the 1951 Legislative Council election as an election agent. Fast forward to 4 years later, in November 1954, after several involvements and meeting with politics, journalism, and running in and out of several court trials, Lee had finally inaugurated the People's Action Party, along with several prominent names. Throughout the next years, Lee's life had embarked into the world of politics. With his party being formed less than a year, they had joined the 1955 general election. Brave and tough for being only months old, surprisingly, even though that it is relatively new, they had won 3 seats already. And to many surprises, Lee Kuan Yew was one of them, along with one of his running mates Lim Chin Sayong, who would also become the youngest assemblyman to be ever elected to office at the age of 22. Although not every day did they see success. Throughout until 1959, several members of Lee's party were detained, imprisoned, and had gone through rough paths. They were criticized for inciting riots, and several were viewed as a communist. But they were able to overcome such challenges, and on the 5th of June 1959, Lee and his cabinet were sworn into the office of Singapore, where Lee Kuan Yew became the Prime Minister. Throughout Lee's life in office, he had transformed Singapore into an economic miracle. When he first came into office, Singapore had a tiny gross national product per capita of only $1,240 into over $18,437 by 1990. He was able to snowball Singapore into a world of its own. He oversaw the creation of several state-of-the-art infrastructures, helped Singapore's workforce grow into a world class, and create one of the world's best and cleanest governments ever. What's most amazing to note is how Lee had already realized way back that Singapore had its limitations. It was a small country with so little population back then. His policy to pull talented people helped forge Singapore's economic success. With the unemployment rate dropping from over 13.5% in the year he was sworn in office to only 1.7% by 1990, he had certainly created Singapore from a developing nation to one of the most developed nations, not only in Asia, but to the rest of the world. Several people have said that the best way Singapore grew was how Lee attracted foreign investments. He could get these Fortune 500 companies around the world to set up operations in Singapore. Lee even established the country as an international financial center and got all of these prominent banks in the country. He was able to do all of this because of how he and his team got Singapore's economic policies right, and even transformed the country's international image of being the Garden City. Anyway, what do you think about Lee Kuan Yew's life? Share with us your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to leave us a like and follow us for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching.